it feels like my juniors are scared of me. Have you guys ever found yourself kind of reflecting and saying, huh, maybe I'm not so approachable after all?
Supernova.
Well,
But
Paulo, I find you very approachable. I didn't have any issues talking with you or talking to you. I think maybe it's an intensity issue with work, because
Mhm.
you're in business mode,
Mhm.
So
I can see
I
him being short in
in
certain
business mode, but you're in
not
business
just
mode. You're
in
trying to get the
not
work.
even just no, but no, sometimes it's just like I've 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 seen sometimes where it's like just kind of like I don't have a patience for this type of thing. Maybe not.
Oh, okay.
Well, I the criticism I've got. So again, they oh when you're the superior, they kind of butter it up a little bit. But the most criticism I've ever gotten at a blind review from my subordinates is that they say like I do think I make things seem easy because when I touch it, it works. But then when they try it, it doesn't work and they
So
feel
maybe they're
stupid.
intimidated by that.
Yeah,
Then
and I think that's part of it, but I think they're buttering me up too, like that's like a kind of like a compliment slash,
Right.
oh, I need to work on my teaching skills, kind of
and maybe
criticism.
they need to prove their worth. They don't want to constantly go to you or really rely on you. They want to prove that they can do it themselves.
I guess
So
so. That makes
yeah.
sense. Well,
So
that you guys are very approachable. This is talking from like my experience. That's why I asked this question to you guys. I was wondering if I was like the only one who knows this. I've always thought that I was an approachable person, and I'm being validated by you, and I appreciate that.
now I will say that my wife has told me at times that she can't say certain things to me or tell me certain things because of the way I react.
I get that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I try to show an interest in the things that she does and her passions. You got to step outside of yourself and try to enjoy
Mhm.
what the other person enjoys.
You're spot on because the book that I'm reading, or listening to, the more you know about the subject that they're interested in, you don't need to be a fanatic. You don't need to know all about it. You just
Hmm.
need to be able to talk about it and understand some things. It makes their investment in you kind of 10x.
Hmm.
Because if they know that you're even remotely interested or know about the topic that they're really, really into, they're more likely to give that back tenfold.
Yeah.
Um, and
Understand
that's
why they care.
Yeah.
right,
Mhm.
right.
And also, make an attempt to learn from them. And that's what I try to do. Well, tell me about this flower. What's so special about it? So she'll tell me and I'll listen and then I'll retain, 20-30% of it. And then she'll have to tell me again in 3 months. But
Hey, it's that it's
I'm
that it's
making,
that flower again,
yeah,
that
yeah.
flower.
And I ask her the same question. She'll say, I told you that already. And we're like, I forgot. So tell me again. So,
Yeah.
that's my take.
Me and my wife have that back and forth thing. Like, I'll talk to her about like anime, computers, or phones, or something like that, and she just, like, I can sometimes see she just like glazes
Glazed.
over. It's like, and then yeah, there's other times where she's trying to describe something, and I'm like that. I was like, yeah, okay, great. She's like, why aren't you excited about this? I'm like,
Mm,
I don't know. Like, isn't that something
I'm
I'm
trying,
trying?
man.
Yeah.
That's why it's good for you to have a group of friends or some friends that are into the things that you're into.
Outlet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because my ex, she wanted me to do everything with her, and that was just not possible. But anyway, as far as your coworker, I would just say, if you feel you need to talk to them or pull them aside and say, hey, I have an open door policy, or I'm
Mhm.
all ears or whatever, and that might
That's fair.
change that dynamic, and he might not be afraid of you anymore. So,
We'll
so
see. We'll see. I'll just smile his face, see what happens.
yeah, I don't think he's afraid of you. I just think he wants to prove himself that he doesn't need to lean on you every time there's an issue, because otherwise, what is he there for?
Right.
So that's all. So, all right, well, that was cool. Thanks. Hopefully you remedy that situation. So
I look forward to it. I'm gonna try these tips.
okay.
I got quite a few.
Well, that's Paulo.
That's Keith,
That's Daniel.
That's Otis.
and we'll see you guys on the next drop.
Later.
Bye.